I stopped the music early. I apologize. I apologize. I stopped the music too soon. What's up, guys? Today is Wednesday, October 2nd. And just like that, we're in Q4. 75% of the year is done. We're rolling into 2025. I hope everybody's having an amazing year and that they're preparing for 2025. I'm out of breath because I was running. I apologize. One thing I don't do is cardio. Today is going to be a good call. As always, if you have questions, have anything, drop it in the comments. We'll talk about it. Today, I want to talk about a bunch of different things. I'm going to talk about flips. I'm going to talk about flipping in today's market. I want to pull up. It's going to be a relaxing call. I say that as I slam a Red Bull. I want it to be a relaxing call because I'm going to go over a bunch of different things. I'm going to go over last night's VP debate. All right. I know why the hell am I talking about that, but it's pertinent to today's economy, today's market. I'm going to pull up, maybe I'll pull up some highlights. I don't know. We'll see. I really don't want to, but I think there's enough to talk about. I'm going to talk about, I want to know the days on market in 2008. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how you're buying. I want to talk about negotiations. So hold me accountable to everything I just said. Drop it in the comments. Let me make sure that I'm answering your questions. Smash that like button. Hit the bell. Turn on notifications so you get these live calls. And if you're not already, hop in our free Discord down below. There's no reason not to be. So jumping right into it. The debate last night. What'd you guys think about it? Who won? Who won the debate last night? I'm not going to talk about that. What I want to talk about is the best part of the debate was when they were actually debating, when they went back and forth like gentlemen. Okay, the key to a good debate is having respect for one another. Both of them had respect for one another. I'm not going to talk bad about either of them. I actually enjoyed listening to both of them. Walt, I'm not going to say I agreed with anything he said, but I enjoyed how he was presenting it. He sounded like a rational man. He sounded like a human being. It was nice. It wasn't political. Not political, but that, snake tongue, right? At the same time, Vance was very well spoken. So it was good to listen to until the media stopped it for some reason. They no longer could control the narrative and they turned off the mics. The funny thing about it was when they came back, when they actually turned the mics back on, JD Vance was like, well, that was actually a normal conversation. He said it. That was actually completely normal. Guys, there was no reason to shut off the mics. The only reason they did was to control the narrative. They ran off script. And that was actually when I stopped watching the debate. I turned it off after that because that's when America lost in my eyes. And if you're going to call me conspiracy theorist for it, so be it. I don't give a shit. But you have the two VP picks actually debating, going back and forth, talking about what they just discussed, what they just said, and you're going to go and turn off the mics? Bad form on you. What'd you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments. One thing I do want to take away from last night is no matter what happens in November, we're gonna have a change. Okay. We're gonna have a change from today. That is for sure. No matter who wins or loses in November, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say everything's already in motion. Okay. November's set in stone is what I'm trying to say. not the election results. We're already in fucking November. That's what I'm trying to say. From a market perspective, we're here, we're there. Fucking nothing's going to change. It is going to change in Q1, no matter who wins or loses. Okay, so don't be fearful until Q1. We'll find out what happens in Q1. I was talking to a good investor friend of mine in REIF, free Discord community. Hop in it. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he does a lot of business. And I was talking to him about his plans, right? Are you going to stay wholesaling? What are they doing? They are currently gearing up to flip. They're back into flips. And I was like, man, that's awesome, right? Like what I was talking about their needed, their metrics, what are their what makes their business successful, right? Everybody has them. Everybody has their buy box in a sense. I was talking about his, and I was discussing how do you weather against the storm? Okay, the storm's always impending. Always stress test your deals. You hear me say that every day. One of the things we're discussing is days on market. And what kind of blew my mind, let me actually pull up standby. I have too many screens open. What spurred the thought in my head was I said something along the lines of you have to make sure that your flips are able to withstand 180 days on market. Okay. If your flip currently can withstand 180 days on market, maybe it takes you 45 days in rehab, and then next thing I know, estimate 180 days on market. What happens? Is that going to make my hard money loan blow up? Is that going to make my interest rate carry? Am I not going to be able to refinance out no longer? Whatever your exit strategy is, you're going to have to account for that. His response was days on market is a factor of your rehab and how well you bought it. True. Also, the market dictates your days on market. It's that simple. In 2009, I wanted to know what the days on market was. What's the average days on market? And I wasn't able to find it easy. Which kind of ticked me off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to actually pull it up. So stand by while I share my screen. Let's see, which one do I like here? Put that there. Bangarang. Look at that. Self-editing. I'm going to see your guru do that. All right. So what we're looking at, and I know it's not big enough for you to read it, so just bear with me while I explain this. I will make it larger in a second. But what you're looking at right now is the Fed economic data. Not Fred, sorry. Dyslexic. Fred economic data. Federal Reserve Bank, St. Louis economic data. This is your go-to source for a lot of data. You can find anything here. You want to find unemployment rate. Let me make this bigger, just because I'm talking about it. Unemployment rate. For an example. Okay. This data goes all the way back, I don't know if you can see it here, but 1948. So it goes a long way. When you're looking for anything, and anytime I'm doing my market updates, anytime I'm doing my presentations, this is the data that I'm using. Anytime I'm talking to people on Facebook, This is where I get my tinfoil hat from. That's where I build it. This is the tinfoil, guys. I just wrap it around my head. So I digress. I went in and I'm trying to. I just said tinfoil hat, and everybody's going to think I'm talking crazy stuff. But I was just having a conversation. I'm saying how your flip has to make sure that it can weather. I was saying over 180 days on market. My question was how much. What was the average days on market for 2008, 2009? The days on market doesn't go back. It goes back and it caps out on 2016. So right there, I was like, oh, shit. I can't tell. I don't know what the average days on market was back then. I know from experience when I talked to my brother who was doing real estate in 2008, 2009, that in Dallas, you would hit 380 days on market. That wasn't unheard of. I'm not going to go ahead and say that's the average, but if you bought a house today from a wholesaler, is there enough meat on that bone for you to sit with it for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months? At what point do you need to start worrying about selling other properties to pay off your hard money lender? These are things you have to start asking yourself because the market is drastically different than what you've been in, what everybody's been in. If you want to draw some lines, right, you can, and you can kind of speculate at what direction days on market was back then. Let me see if I can Google it. Let me see what happens. Yeah, no shit. I'm not good at multitasking, so while I search, I might get quiet. I apologize, guys. Share this tab. What am I looking at here? Is this new home sold in the U.S.? No, that's not it. One thing I want to keynote, I want to touch back on. I'm not talking politics anymore. Look at this steep curve, okay? This is the monthly supply of new houses in the United States. This new house is on market. 2009 was the peak. You had 12.2. This is month supply. You had a 12-month supply. You had over a year's supply, annual supply. Jesus, this is bugging me. 12.2. Sorry, there it is. Over an annual supply in 2009. 2009. Let's zoom this in. Currently at 7.8. is it unheard of? Oh, shit. Sorry, my big head's in the way. Oh, that's the wrong one. Well, anyway, I'll just keep it here for a second. Is it, just looking at the data, is it unheard of for this to continue? Shit, you're not even seeing my, This is why Tommy's not allowed to leave. I have to self-produce. Where's Jamie? Is it unheard of to have this line continue on the upward trend? No. When I was talking to my friend, he was discussing scaling flips. I'm all for scaling, but scaling one disposition strategy is dangerous. I say this every day when we're getting into real estate and you're trying to be a wholesaler only. Doing one thing only is really going to bite you in the ass. Now, my friend is also a professional real estate investor. He's doing direct to seller marketing. They are buying correctly. So I'm confident in his numbers. He's correct. As long as there's enough meat on the bone, the deal makes sense. He's taking it down. There's enough meat on his bones that he can last 180 days on market. The only way a flip makes sense is if there's enough meat on the bone, because potentially you're going to have to eat it to survive. Right now, I'm talking to investors that want to get into real estate in 2024. They want to start doing their first flips. Is it a bad time? No, it's not a bad time. It's an absolutely good time to get into real estate as long as the deal makes sense. The deals that they're sending me do not make sense. And then they get offended when I say that. And then after I say that, they go and put money down on it still because they knew better. They can get in and out of this deal really quickly to make 20 grand, which is an 80% deal, right? So you're only on 20% spread you're working on. You're going to lose 10% when you go to sell it. So now you only have 10% profit. That's going to get eaten up really quickly in holding costs and everything. And he found that out when you go do an inspection on it. And next thing you know, you lose your earnest money. Love you. Listen, guys, if you want to flip in 2024, you have to make sure that you're buying right. If you're buying from a wholesaler, make sure that deal makes sense and there's enough meat on the bone. You can't just think that you're going to get into this thing, flip it in 45 days, and get out of it in another month. I'm going to get off topic like I do. Is this getting choppy? Am I coming through okay, or is it just my setup that's choppy? This morning I had breakfast with my brother, Tony, and one of our private lenders, a good friend of ours. And we had, it is choppy, right? What in the shit? That was my swan call for help. We're choppy, Tommy. We're choppy. It's probably the FBI. They're upset that I'm talking about the thing last night. All right, we'll see what happens. This morning I had breakfast. All right. When you get into real estate, you have networking meetings all the time, lunches, breakfasts, yada, yada, yada. I had a breakfast with my brother and somebody very well endowed in real estate. We were talking about the market. We're talking about global economy. We're talking about everything that's going on. One of the things that we're discussing is one of our friends owns a mechanic shop down in Dallas. He is going underwater. He has to sell. He's just closing his doors. It's not from people writing bad checks or stealing or theft or anything like that. It's because the people that are coming in to get their alternator changed or anything, right? A $300 service, or they don't have money. They can't pay. The bottom is really, really being stressed right now.
It won't stop the stream. Just reconnect the thing. You know what I mean?
Reconnect what thing?
The stream.
So reload it?
Yeah, just reload stream.
Guys, give me a second.
And it should just get you because like everything.
Try to see if that fixes it. Mic check, mic check. I think we fixed it. Hey, thanks for the feedback, guys. All right, real quick, I'm getting back on it. This morning, guys, the bottom's falling out. He's having to close his shop just because his base clients don't have money. Renters don't have money. Tenants don't have money. Guys, it's bad out there, right? Everybody knows this. And if you're only watching the news, and if you're only watching mainstream media, you're not really understanding why. You don't understand what's going on. I'm sorry to tell you, the world is falling apart. Half of America right now is Maui. Half of America is underwater and just hurting, and there's no help in sight. I'm sorry. It was all sent overseas. Why is inflation at 20%, not at 2% that they're lying about? It's because you got to look at where we started. Prices have more than doubled across the board. It's the hard truth. Fun time to get into real estate, though. I'm done looking at charts right now. I want to get into private lenders. Let's change gears a little bit. Financing deals. There's always ways to finance real estate. The best way was other people's money. The best way being other people's money is so you can scale. There's a lot of people out there that do real estate and they're buying with their own cash. God bless them. Keep crushing it. But if you really want to scale, you're going to have to lend money. You're going to have to borrow money. You can go to a bank. That's not the way you should do it, though, with the standard real estate transaction. You go to hard money lenders. They're not hard because they're difficult. They're hard because they're lending based on a hard asset. The best hard money lenders that everybody wants to do is private hard money or private money. So one of the things I want to talk about is how to find actual private money, how to understand what a private money's investor's money is, right? Like what their role and responsibility in the deal is. A lot of people don't understand this. When they get upset because the lender cares about insurance. Why does a lender care about insurance? It's because if that house burns down or something bad happens, they're on the hook for it. They just gave you, let's use round numbers, I don't know, 200,000. They just gave you $200,000. You just bought a house with it and you have some repair money on the side, whatever the nut is. Your goal in this, you got this giant hog to eat. You can reap the biggest dinner of your life. It's up to you to carve it up. They just gave you the money to get it. They're not asking for half of the hog. They're not asking for half the cow. They're not asking for dinner. It was an agreement. Hey, listen, I trust you. So based on everything we have in front of us, depending on the lender, you're going to have different underwriting requirements. Whether or not you're going hard money or private, they're all going to have their own underwriting. Even if it's a Chuck in a truck with a handshake country boy, right? They're going to have their own, hey, yeah, I trust him. Or these deals or the numbers have to make sense somewhere, right? There are underwriting requirements. If you find somebody that just bold-faced gives you money, God bless you. But they're saying, hey, listen, I trust you. I trust this deal. And I'm going to give you this money based on these terms, whether or not it's monthly, whether or not it's origination, whatever. My profit in this is just going to be this amount. You can go and make the world. You can keep it as a rental. You can get tax write-offs. You can sell it 10 years later for a shit ton of appreciation. You can 1041 exchange it into future deals and get additional tax benefits. You can do anything you want with it. As the lender, I'm only getting this, and I'm comfortable with that. There's no we in real estate. We're not in France. The role of a lender is a partner, but not, okay? They are going to sit there and make sure that that deal makes sense, that they're only going to loan so much out on it. Because if it goes tits up and they have to take it back, they need a way out of it as well, right? It has to make sense. Otherwise, why are they going to loan on it? When you reach out to a lender, you better make sure you know all the numbers. Like you're confident in him. You're going to him and saying, hey, listen, Mr. and Mr. John, I got this sweet deal over on 123 Main Street. I need $150,000 for 6 months. Your return is going to be 12%, 90-day interest guaranteed, you know, whatever terms you want to come up with. But it has to make sense for them. Otherwise, why wouldn't they just go and take that money and put it in the S&P? Why wouldn't they just go and buy their own deals? They don't need you. You need them. They do need you because they're gonna make some money off you. But at the end of the day, the lender is the guy in power. Until you treat people like that with the respect, you're not gonna get great lenders. Okay? If you're worried, why are you always getting charged 12 points and 3% origination? If you're getting charged 4% origination or 5%, I've seen it. You're getting an insult and you're taking it. Lenders will give you fuck you prices. I'll work with you, but this is the price. And borrowers take it. It's not usury. It's all within legal but don't blame the lender. Is anybody out there having trouble getting one of their deals closed and funded? Let me hear it. Let me talk about it. What else do I have on private lending that I wanted to talk about? Understanding their investment, what motivates private lender. I think we talked about that. Shift and pause, shift and pause. I do want to take a second. I made a comment a little while ago that half of the country is Maui right now. I didn't mean that lightheartedly. Half of the country is underwater and hurting, and I'm solemnly like upset about that. It is it's really a travesty what happened, and the fact that they're still going on it. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't care where you are in the world right now. You have to start stocking up on supplies. Okay, the current union strike. Oh man, I didn't even talk about that in my news. The union strike that's going on right now, that is going to further impact a lot of things. Prices are going to go up. Supplies are going to get limited. This isn't a tin foul hat thing. This is just standard shipping and economics. So if you're anywhere in the continental U.S., buy toilet paper. Stock up now. One of our community members, his parents are there. He's leaving. I shared his GoFundMe. He started a GoFundMe just to get support. So God bless Ross, man. I want to go on to negotiations. So within Flips, how do you buy right? How do you weather a storm for 180 days? It all comes down to buying with enough meat on the bone, right? We discussed this earlier. This way you have enough meat to survive the storm, yada, yada, yada. Right now, we're in a different market. Everybody, if you're going on appointments, you're seeing other people. You're getting other people to show up. Oh man, that's what I need to do. Can you send me a link? I have it. Never mind. I'll just pull it from Discord. Yeah, got it. Every appointment you go on, you're running into 3 different offers, 4 different offers. If you talk to the seller, are they getting into your offers? Even if they say no, Tony got bit by a dog the other day. Got bit by a dog, walked through the house, oh man, I should pull up those photos. Sat there, this woman, for 2 hours, bleeding after he got bit by the dog, committed to building rapport, doing everything we've said. And the entire time up to this, she's been saying, no, I haven't gotten talking to anybody. And he finally discusses it. He just makes a fuck you offer, right? I got to get out of this house. I'm done. I don't want to buy this house. There's so many cigarette butts everywhere. It's disgusting. I have to get out of here. I think he said $100,000. Just that's what he would take it for. She's like, all right, I'll get back with my realtor and we'll talk. We'll get the other offers. So even this person, that entire way up there, that he's building rapport, one of the best professionals in the business, got bit by a dog, sitting on a couch. She's smoking cigarettes next to him. They're still going to lie to you. Everybody right now is hurting. I started saying that earlier. The bottom tier is hurting. They are going out and filling out every lead form possible for help. They're filling out 7 different PPC forms. Realtors right now are idiots and they're filling out PPC forms. Listen, if you want to be successful in real estate, even if you do that, even if you're a realtor or a disposition person and you're a wholesaler and you got a deal and you type in Google, sell my house, I got a deal, I want to sell it. For the love of God, don't fill out any forms. Please do not fill out forms. Call them. Don't be lazy and click on it and then just call them. You see the number, write it down, and then call them. You will have so much more success with them. They're not going to be pissed off at you because you just wasted their marketing money. This goes to everybody. Everybody is happening everywhere. Hey, D. Just saw your comment. I'll be messaging you about KPIs later. Sorry, I had to run to that. What? Oh. Well, D, I hope you're feeling good. I hope I'm feeling better. Good to see you, though, as always. And yes, I am waiting on those numbers for your goals. Q4. Are you ready, Q4? Q4 rolls into Q1 real quick. That happens. Every time I eat a donut, mine spikes. You just get bear claws. You just get bear claws stuck at 2 at a time. All right, getting out of my way. Squirrel. Right now, how are you dealing with 2 different offers, right? How are you dealing with multiple offers? You have to be setting yourself apart. Right now, I constantly, people are asking me for scripts. If you guys need a script, how to talk to a seller, click on the resources and download it, and I'll send you our toolkit. But I constantly, even people that are in community, they then look for additional scripts, right? Like, oh, I want a script for this, or I want a script for that. I want a script for cold calling. I want a script for cold calling probate. I need a script for... No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. God damn it. You don't need a script. You need to understand you're a human and you're talking to a human. You have to understand empathy and sympathy, what the difference is. And then you just have to have conversations. Sorry, guys, my allergies are going nuts. My eye, I'm trying not to rip it out. There are so many easy, open-ended questions that you ask nonstop. I'm not getting into acquisitions today, but just having a dialogue with the seller, no matter what it's about, okay, will make you stand apart. I want to highlight and pull up a video. Oh, wait. You know what I can do? I can just add it straight to here. I'm going to show a clip of one of our investors in the Discord community.
I'll be honest with you. This is the first time.
So this is Josh D's, hashtag Josh D's. Great fucking job, man. So happy for this guy. He locked up a deal. It was probate, cold called it, set an appointment, went out, thought he was the only one for the appointment. When he got there, he pulls up and there's multiple wholesalers there, all waiting for a group showing. How do you handle this? If you're just starting, if you're just that wholesaler, if you're just a wholesaler just starting out, how do you handle this? Drop it in the comments. Let me know how you would handle it. The way you handle this is by being the professional. What does that mean? Let me see if I can. Oh, good Lord. Sorry. Yeah, that's better. Being the professional. Understanding that it's not about the house. I say this all the time. What does that mean? It's not about the house. It means this seller has a problem, has an underlying problem. You have to figure out what it is. No matter what, the house is going to be there. The house's condition is not changing. The house's current status is not changing. Yes, there might be a deadline or a time frame coming due, but no matter what, you running around and focusing on the house, the repairs, the roof, I need to know all that now you're showing more care about the house than the seller. These people need help, and when they reach out, you have to make sure that you're helping the seller. You're not helping the house, okay? So this is Josh D's live video. Literally, he closed on it, got the title. Sorry. Dyslexic. I'm an idiot. He got the contract. They gave him the key, and then they left. They said, thank you so much. The first time meeting the guy, they gave him the key and left. Have you ever met somebody and felt... if you met this big bearded bastard in the mall, would you feel confident in giving your house key and then just saying, hey, lock up when you're done? I don't know. How good of a conversationalist is he?
Time that I did this. This is the first time that I sat here. I didn't do my thing. I didn't make my rounds. I didn't measure this and measure that and check this and check that and look for foundation and da-da-da-da-da, because these people are just sitting here. And it's not their house, but they're strangers in their house. I didn't want to be a stranger. So I sat down and we talked about shit.
He was talking about the other wholesalers that were there. Again, he showed up and it was like a group showing.
Everything except the house. We didn't talk about the house. We talked about our kids. We talked about our spouses. We talked about we talked about real estate. We talked about 2008. We talked about what that means. I talked about owner financing, and they reiterated that they didn't want to sell to me on terms, and that's cool. And then while everybody gave their presentations, I just sat and I kind of looked at my phone. I'm going to turn the lights off and get out of here. But I just thought it was really cool. It was an awesome experience. I'm thankful for the experience. I'm extremely lucky to have gotten this deal and be able to experience this today. So
I had nothing
figured
to
I
do
would
with
just
this
make
deal.
some content and let y'all know. This is a people business, not a money business. Sit down. Talk to people about anything, about them. What do you guys do? Where do you guys live? How far is that? Did you get stuck in traffic? Are you married? What's your favorite color? Do you like this? What are you guys going to do with the house? Why not just keep... Are you sure you don't want to keep it as a rental? I'd keep it as a rental. Great rental area. Oh, you don't want to keep it as a rental? Oh, I could definitely see that. Oh, you used to have rentals. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Of course I didn't know that because I've never spoken to you before. And then just keep thinking of just the next thing to talk about. And if you don't have anything to talk about, that's okay. Sit in silence.
Awkward silence is amazing. You cannot be the one to break it. That's another amazing thing. Like using awkward silence to yourself.
It's fine. Because it'll come to you. That's all I got, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
All right. Again, I had nothing to do with that deal. I'm not trying to take credit or anything. Like, that was him. He all on his own. He locked it up. Fucking phenomenal job. That part of it was, out of the 15-minute live that he was talking about, that part of it was spot on. He says it. This is the first time I tried this where I'm not going to do this. I'm going to focus on you, your problems. Let me solve that first. The number's set in stone, kind of, sort of. There's only so much I can do before this deal doesn't make sense for me or you. It's not, oh, how can I get it cheaper? How can I get it cheaper? How? No, it's not that. It's how can I get this deal done? I have no idea why I turned into a little gremlin there. Josh got that thing locked up, and then that evening had it dispositioned already, had a contract signed, had an assignment out on it. If you guys are struggling with the real estate, join our free Discord. I can't, join the free Discord. Every time I say I can't stress this enough, because that's one of my fillers. I have a lot of fillers. Tommy points them out to me. So one of them is I can't stress this enough. And anytime I go to say that, I now have to ring the gong. Join the free Discord, guys. There are people in there that want to genuinely help you grow. I wasn't able to find 2009's days on market. I don't know if anybody else has it or knows it, but if you want to flip in 2024, if you want to flip in 2025, if you want to do real estate in any year, you have to understand the numbers, okay? You have to understand the deal from a deal-first approach. And then you have to stress test it. You have to make sure what happens if your rehab budget doubles. What happens if my days on market goes 100, 200 days? What happens if I have to list it? Like, how many times do I have to do price cuts before I'm losing money? There are so many things that you need to be asking yourself if you want to be successful in today's market. Why? Because half the world is on fire. Just yesterday, Israel and Japan are fighting, or whatever the hell is going on now. My Instagram is nothing but a wet baby. What is that watermelon thing? Jinglu? I don't know what's going on in current affairs, but Boo Ying. Boo Ying. You have to buy right because of Boo Ying, goddammit. You're in a Boo Ying economy. Anything can change. That's all I got for today. Does anybody have any questions? Anything they want to review? Deals they want to post up? Like run comps? It's a relaxing Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sitting down with Donovan and we're going to do a masterclass on reverse wholesaling. If you're looking to get into real estate, reverse wholesaling is an amazing way to do so. So tomorrow, me and Donovan are sitting down at 1 o'clock and we're going to do a masterclass on reverse wholesaling. We're going to show how the Dodo gurus make their money. We're going to show start to bottom. Start to bottom? Top to bottom? Bottom to finish? We're going to go through it all. If anybody needs anything, join the free Discord. There's absolutely no reason you shouldn't be in there. It's free. We're going live. We're going constantly asking people questions. We're hopping in the groups and we're fucking talking to people, everything, right? Like all our resources are there. There's no reason not to be. I feel like I'm missing something. Next week, let me go over the lineup that we got going on. Next Tuesday, me and Tony are going to be sitting down. I'm going to have the man, the myth, legend himself on. Me and Tony are sitting down with Lead Zolo on Tuesday, and we're going to be working live leads on call, right? Like, so we're going to talk to sellers. You're going to hear negotiation. We're going to talk marketing. We're going to be with the owner of Lead Zolo. So I'm really excited about Tuesday's call. Wednesday, I am sitting down. I'm going to mess up his last name. Let me pull up my calendar. Galkey. Thank you, Tommy. Brian Galkey, the man that reads faces. He was one of the CIA's top criminal investigators. He has a marketing company. He helps find people in Vietnam. He does a lot of things, and it's all with this mind-reading face wizard stuff. So I'm really excited to talk to him. We're going to sit down on Wednesday, and we're going to talk about negotiating with sellers. I want to ask him a lot of questions about reading facial patterns and all of that stuff. So Wednesday is going to be an amazing call. Next Thursday, I have Brittany Kosev from BK Real Estate, hashtag best team in Texas. I'm sitting down with her and the president of the Cowtown Warriors. Okay, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about a lot of things. The Cowtown Warriors, if you do not know who they are the charity that is, say that again? Yeah, the charity that is benefiting the golf tournament on Halloween. They help veterans in North Texas. They are an amazing volunteer only. 100% of everything goes toward veterans. Okay, this is an amazing group of people, and I'm going to sit down with the president on Thursday and talk about it. That's next Thursday. If you haven't already, sign up for the golf tournament. It's an amazing time to come out and partner for a great cause. It's going to be on Halloween. We're going to leave in time to trick or treat. So it's a 8 a.m. tee off. We're going to have 144 golfers, cart girls, shots, Halloween parties, cats and dogs, everything. So if anybody needs anything, join the Discord. I will be back tomorrow with Donovan to discuss reverse wholesaling. Keep crushing it, and peace. See you guys later.